loading snacks.
Hey, what it do, Snackers, Snackets, and Snack X's. It's your boy Gage, and Jokes in the building with me. Today, we are joined by two very special guests, Shae the Red, also known as
Hello.
and Substantial. Hanging
Peace,
out with
peace.
us. Thank you for joining us. I see the chat is already popping. It is popping. J. Robert Deans,
Hey,
what's up?
Robert J. Robert.
Um, you are now tuned in to Loading Snacks Weekly, where we get together once a week and we talk about things that are happening in pop culture. And today we're going to talk about a little bit of news because there's a little bit of craziness happening. But mostly we're going to talk about Shae and about Substantial and about what they do and who they are. We're going to talk about MAGFest because MAGFest is coming up this weekend, this Thursday, through the weekend.
Pretty much. Yeah.
How we know about it and all those kinds of things. We are fortunate enough to have these two wonderful people joining us on a panel. Yeah, listen, Cuddy.
Put them on blast.
We're gonna talk about it in a second. I'm gonna get there, Cuddy. Chill.
That's not the right background, sir.
He is like, what is this? This is fake, Cuddy. This is green screen.
This is green screen.
This is green screen.
He's on one of my mics today.
I don't have anything gold. No, I'm kidding. Listen, I'll just tell you what happened. So I got home from work today and I had no internet. And Comcast wasn't trying to work with me, so I had to call an audible. So I'm not at home. I had to make a move. And so that's why the background is different, Cuddy. That's why. You know what I mean? That's it. Awesome. Thank you, Cyborg. I see you hanging out with us.
Yeah.
So listen, shout out to everybody who's hanging out with us, for who's watching, tuned in. We're gonna do our best to keep this show from going off the rails. And in order to do that, apparently we have to set up a swear jar. Isn't that right, Shae?
Yes. I like how it's the girl on the panel. Like, you got all these gentlemen, and then you got trash mouth Shae over here. It's like, yeah, we need a square jar.
Listen, it's fine. Whatever you pick a cause because we're just keeping track.
I mean, so in all honesty, if we're gonna pick any cause, I'm gonna go for the American Cancer Society. So for those of you who don't know, I just recently lost my dad to cancer. Sadly, and my co-host has beaten skin cancer twice, about to be a third time. So
awesome, Cyborg. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
So I think that's what I would pick.
Okay. So cuss up a
storm. I'm gonna try to not swear.
Okay. Devil Flyer, I see you. Like, nice to see you again, Shae.
Yeah,
y'all got folks hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what I want to do. We're gonna talk about a couple of things. The first thing I want to talk about, I don't know if this matters to most of you, but I am gonna talk about how, I don't know if any of you saw that
What up, Alfonso?
there is a first edition Hulk comic sold at auction for $490,000.
Oh,
jeez!
Wow.
Comic
almost
$500,000.
Wow.
Yeah, you could buy a lot with that. A private collector bought it. There it is. This is so true.
Yeah.
Ooh, J. Robert Deans, that is so true. Must hold thine tongue. Yeah, so $490,000, which is a lot of money. You could do a lot of other things with that kind of money other than own a first edition Hulk comic book. But what's important about that book, and I don't know that a lot of people know this, I mean, I knew this, but that the Hulk was originally gray. Mm-hmm. Did you know that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And so I think that's one of the reasons why that book is so important, is because it highlights that. Perp, what's up? Yeah, so I just thought that was something. Again, we're not gonna dwell too long on the news because we have a lot to get to. Here's another thing I didn't see coming. Check this out. Xbox has decided to team up with OPI to make nail polish, bruh. Listen.
What?
Listen.
No.
Let me tell you something. No. I love it.
Is it nail polish and the controller you're getting at the same time?
So here's the thing. So here's the thing. So check
So
this
many
out.
questions.
So this is what it says. Beginning February 1st, 2022, the collection will be available globally for purchase at additional retailers where OPI products are being sold, including OPI.com and Amazon and CVS and Target and so forth, Sally and Sally Beauty and all that, right? The OPI Cross Xbox nail lacquers will retail
It's
for
not what you think,
$10.50
Robert Deans.
USD, and the Infinite Shine colors will retail for $13 USD. Gel color and powder perfection are in salon professional services only. Again, here's the thing. The fact that Microsoft as a company, that Xbox as a company is like, we have so many people that we don't ever bother to cater to when we're doing something extra, I think is incredible. I immediately, as soon as I saw this, I immediately sent it to my oldest daughter. I was like, look,
Of course.
look what's happening. But look, here's the thing. I want you to hear this. At select global retailers, the purchases of OPI Cross Xbox shades will unlock special in-game content for Halo Infinite and Forza Horizon 5.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
So you're saying I'm gonna have to buy? I have to buy
nail polish.
I'm about to go get some nail polish.
I'm about to put $1 in the swear jar. I swear right now.
You about to get some nail polish? Hey,
You
I have a valid reason.
Twice.
I have a valid reason that I can buy nail polish. I will buy it and I will give it to my girl and I will get the codes. I'm good.
Hey, bro,
You
she
see
don't
that-
wear nail polish, dog. You lying, dog.
So here's my problem with it though, is
Okay.
they're literally like the way that it reads, at least to me, is they're like, oh, we have girl gamers.
Hey,
So
Robert,
since we
shut
have
up.
girl gamers, let's do some nail polish of colors. By the way, that you can already get.
So
They
here's
all
the thing.
name
I
a
want
color.
you to-
It
all right.
exists in nail polish.
Well, you're right, and all colors do though. So here's all right. Let me run it down for you. Okay.
Okay.
So the OPI Cross Xbox collection includes 12 hues that bring to life the virtual worlds of Xbox Game Pass titles and popular gaming phrases in gel color, infinite shine, nail lacquer, and
Okay.
powder perfection. So listen,
Wow.
the names are Quest for Quartz, Pixel Dust,
Oh,
Racing
gosh,
for Pinks, Susie is my avatar, Trading Paint, Heart and Console, SOUL. The Pass is Always Greener, Sage Simulation, You Had Me at Halo, Can't Control Me, that's CTRL, Achievement Unlocked, and Noob N00 Berry, Noob Berry.
I'm actually
Listen.
not mad at the names.
The
I
full
mean-
collection will be available at retail in the US at Ulta when the partnership is announced, and then globally starting February where OPI products are sold. So again, they are also doing controllers. So they're doing a contest. Fans will have the chance to win custom Xbox wireless controllers in top trending hues, achievement
It was
unlocked, Racing for
Heather.
Pinks,
Racing
and
for
Can't
Pinks.
Control Me. A range of colors perfect for everyone. Follow along at OPI on Instagram and TikTok for details on how to win. So you can win the controller that you saw pictured.
Okay. I ain't trying to go through a bunch of hoops to win it. I just want the purple joint. That's it.
I
mean,
feel
good
like
luck.
quick sidebar. I feel like
Sure.
I feel like Nintendo Switch may have missed an opportunity, man, with Splatoon 3 coming up. You know what I mean?
100%.
Mhm.
100%.
Agreed.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing. Look, I hear what you're saying, Shae. It reads slightly disingenuous.
Yes.
I only think it reads that way though because it's nail polish, right? Like
Laser
because,
time.
because you can't. Well, and
Cut
here's
green.
So I
Yeah, that's
moved
right.
away from Xbox because of this kind of hokey stuff that they tend to do. This is the stuff that I'm not a huge fan of, and also I was almost a professional girl gamer for a while, which is totally undermining everything that I'm trying to say right now.
See? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the thing is like the problem with being a chick and playing console games is that it's one or the other. Either you have everyone out there trying to like white knight for you, girl, you got it, go get some. And you're like, I just got my head blown off for the third time. Like, I'm not good at this. It's okay.
Right.
You don't got to big up how bad I'm dying. It's fine. Or it's, oh, you're probably 400 pounds with 300 cats and never seen a man in your life. And you're like, also very much not true, but you know,
You know, here's the thing. I think that I'm gonna say, especially over like the last decade, a lot of that kind of stuff is changing. Because that's also, I mean, look, gamer guys get a lot of that same thing. You must be in your basement.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Can't meet a
absolutely.
girl.
Living
Can't,
with
you know
your
what I mean?
mom.
Like,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I think some of those same tropes exist on both ends. I think for women it has been worse because it's so masculine and it's so, you know what I mean? Like it's so
Well,
like
I
it's,
think girls aren't used to hanging at that level. So like anyone who knows me, I'm active duty military. So like
right.
I jumped into the deep end of let's talk some crap about each other and see what happens. You see, I caught myself there. I almost said it.
You almost did. It's cool. Good job.
But I mean, most girls don't tend to be like me, and so when a guy comes at them with something that's a little aggressive, a lot of them kind of cower back. I'm the one that doubles down. Like I used to have them be like, "You're a 400-pound woman with 300 cats. And you've probably never seen a man in your life." And I was like, "And I still got another headshot off on you. How does that make you feel?"
Exactly.
You just watch him be like,
see, that's.
Ah!
I'm gonna ask you a question, Shae.
Yeah.
What color are your nails right now?
They're black.
Box missed out.
That's the other thing. What's all these pastel colors?
Right. That's what I was thinking when I first saw
Radio said they get
black
bullied
like my
by the
soul.
online
That's what I
sandwich making
want.
community. I don't like that. Let me tell you, I get bullied by the sandwich making community too because I don't believe in mayonnaise, and that is a real thing. I want you to know.
Sandwich
and that came back to haunt you during Extra Life.
Extra Life. Oh,
it
buddy.
did. It did. But hey, I will tell you this: as close to throwing up as I was, it was worth it because we made a lot of money for the children, and so that was cool.
I got a challenge for you. You want really bad food challenges?
No,
legit
I do
something
not.
that my mom. No, I had to do this. Something that my mom ate regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Peanut butter and Miracle Whip.
Yeah, no.
Sandwich.
Yeah, no.
Why?
Oh
Why?
no.
Why does that even come in the same sentence?
Hold on.
Like,
so like when you're broke.
I was about to say that's broke is broke.
You don't got jam.
Sure.
Right. So that was something that her mother's mother made them as a treat. So they grew up eating it as a treat. Now, look, jokes, my face, exact same for 35 years. Then I finally made the mistake of letting somebody pick a gross food challenge if I got to a certain amount of followers. I hit that follower count. Peanut butter Miracle Whip.
Did you enjoy it?
It's not bad. I wish it was.
See?
I want it to be so bad, but it's really not that bad.
Okay. I'll throw that
See,
one
there
on
it
the
is.
list for Extra Life for next year.
I'm adventurous, but yeah, got to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Exactly. So
I'm not doing
it. It's just tangy. It's like having a less sweet jam.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I wish it was so much.
Listen, this is gonna sound disrespectful, but I promise I'm just being funny. It made me question. It made me question your level of poverty. You know what I'm saying? Because like somehow you still had Miracle Whip. It should have just been peanut butter sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, hey baby, you want me to put some mayo? Nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Choke sandwich.
Mayo.
Well, Miracle Whip. Right, Miracle Whip. My bad.
Right.
My mom is adamant.
Yeah,
listen,
like.
It is not a miracle.
I will listen. J. Robert Dees, I'm going to address your comment. It's not that I don't like mayo. I don't believe in mayo. I don't believe in the power of mayo. I don't believe what people say about it. I don't believe it's not good. I stand by my statement that mayonnaise is in fact sandwich glue, and that's all it's good for. It just holds pieces of sandwich together. And there are so many better ways.
I feel like you ain't had like a really dry turkey, like leftover turkey sandwich, leftover Thanksgiving turkey, and you went to throw it on the bread. And what do you put on that? You see what I'm saying? Like, what do you put? Wow.
Mustard. You pass the same coupon.
You and my mom, son. It's you and my mom. You and my mom.
That's it.
God bless you.
Honestly, mustard and barbecue sauce, real good. I'm telling you, it's straight up.
Wait a minute. That's I feel like that's not peanut butter Miracle Whip. But mustard and barbecue though?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Listen, I'm gonna say so I'm one of those people. I love like sweet and sour. You know what I'm saying? And so like it's something about that combination. It works. specifically on bread and like dry turkey. Like it just works. You know how like Popeye's biscuits are specifically buttery and specifically dry? It's like that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like they are both. It is both.
You might be on to something. You might be on to something. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, I'm a simple man. I can't do too much sauce, too many condiments on my situation. You know what I mean? The moment I found out that they had mambo sauce in regular stores, like, bro, I'm throwing that on everything. Man, I'm putting it on everything because I don't eat chicken no more. So like, I need a mambo sauce fix. And I ain't just rolling up into the spotlight. Let me just get a pint of mambo sauce. You know what I'm saying? So now I just
you want the cap? You just get the capital city.
I've definitely done that.
Yeah. You go in there just asking for a tub.
Hey, when I went to college,
this can go off in the wrong direction. I want you to know, mayonnaise is not a condiment. Like it actually is. It's the worst condiment. But Ellis. Popeye's biscuits are gems to the planet. That doesn't explain why they're buttery and dry at the same time. It just doesn't explain it.
When I went to college, though, I went to Delaware State. So I took a whole thing of mambo sauce up there and changed a lot of people's lives because for whatever reason, at Delaware State, mambo sauce is not a thing.
That's only down here.
Of course not.
It's only down
That's
here.
like fried sauce
It's only here.
Utah.
Yeah.
We do fried sauce in Utah. That was the special sauce on like any freaking burger out there. They're like, oh yeah, it's special sauce. All it is mayo and ketchup.
Yeah,
me and Unhinged, we on the same. Oh, and by the way, I don't like honey mustard. I saw somebody post that like mayo isn't all honey. I don't like honey mustard. Nah, I don't do honey mustard. Mustard, sir.
I don't know what kind of honey mustard y'all are having because I take mustard and I put honey in it.
So you just eat. I take it. You just eat barbecue sauce with your chicken tenders. Barbecue sauce and ketchup.
With like chicken tenders.
Yeah.
Barbecue sauce or sweet and sour sauce.
Okay.
You don't do honey mustard?
It's no. Nah.
I was about to make.
Listen, this is.
I feel like I was about to cross another line. Can I toe the line? Can I toe the line real quick? All right, I'm gonna toe the line. I'm gonna toe the line. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking for the connection, right? I'm like, why is this brother have a problem with these sauces? You know what I'm saying? And so like I'm really wrecking my brain. And then I got friends who make like a lot of light skin jokes, right? And in my mind, I'm like, is it because why are you hating on the lighter condiments, brother? That is self-hate.
And then the next few seconds, Domingo's gonna come in the chat. Oh, money! Domingo gonna show up.
This is Domingo right now.
You ain't loving yourself enough.
Oh my god!
We just diversify.
I'm sorry. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because there's levels. You know what I mean?
There are.
Let's go.
There are. Yeah. I like mustard, honey mustard.
Okay.
I don't know. Hey, listen. So listen, to take it down a notch real quick, I just want to acknowledge the passing of Betty White. Listen, just a straight up gem. I really do think that it says something that one person had a career that lasted and actually was working for this long. So I just want to take a moment to acknowledge Betty White and her untimely passing. You know, right before her 100th birthday celebration and all of that.
Like the last FU of 2021.
Yeah.
Real talk.
That was
It really was. It really was.
I'm gonna stand by it. Someone made a post and was like, you know what? She prevented something else bad from happening, so she took down 2021 for us. And so we didn't get into something. But
I'm with that.
Did y'all see Ryan Reynolds' post about her?
No,
I didn't see it, but people were talking about it.
Yeah, man. He basically, I'm gonna paraphrase, but he basically said something along the lines of, like, how great was your life that people feel like, oh, there it is. Yeah, you know, someone is special when they die at 99, and we all think that's too soon.
Too soon.
Yeah,
man,
that's right.
That right there.
That's a real thing.
That's amazing. Yeah.
That's a very, very, very real thing.
I don't know if you guys ever saw, there was one of the Cake Boss episodes where they did a life-size cake of Betty White.
Holy
for
crap.
Betty White.
No,
like it was just her at a cake, and she comes walking around like all little, and she's got her, you know, like little grandma shuffle going, and she goes over and she's like, oh wow, this is pretty good. She's like, You were very kind. You didn't give me enough wrinkles. Like, this looks so much nicer. I don't actually look like this.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
It's super sad. It's I think it's an enormous blow to the community at large. I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge that. Indeed. So, time to change gears. We're going back into games. Here's what I want to do. Shae, look, you've already acknowledged that you've kind of fallen off from the gamer space. Okay.
Yeah.
Frosty, of course you come in on cake. Frosty.
Right.
Cake. You've already acknowledged, Shae, that you're gaming. You kind of have not. You're just like, I'm busy. I'm doing military stuff. I'm out in the world saving people.
Yeah, unfortunately, doing things I would rather not do.
Sub, you've done some gaming for sure. You had a whole thing going with your daughter. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my daughter who goes by Peace Gamer Ren on YouTube. She has a channel where she, a lot of gameplay with her, doing games like Breath of the Wild. She's a Splatoon head for sure. Occasionally, we'll do something called Daddy Daughter Game Night, where I'll hop on her channel with her. She'll usually bully foot me for like about an hour, a smooth hour, like in whatever game she chooses. And then occasionally we'll do some retro games, and I get some good payback. You know what I mean? Like we'll play Street Fighter 2 Turbo or something. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So yeah, definitely on that side, like that's probably the main gaming I get in nowadays. Is usually just playing with my daughter. But outside of that, like on the other side of gaming, I do a lot of like music for different games and stuff. Done stuff for like Arc Knights and PUBG Mobile and Mobile Legends Bang Bang and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I did see that. I saw that. That you were doing some music for like PUBG Mobile and so forth, man. That's pretty dope. I want to take a moment to just go over some of the games. I'm sure that Sin's got something prepared, and Jokes, who knows if Jokes is ready or not, but
of course he is.
Yeah, because Jokes don't play games.
He doesn't play y'all.
He doesn't play games with us.
Fair
he
enough.
plays games. He doesn't play with us. Like Jokes,
listen, he'll be on the same game as us and not be in there with us.
Listen,
that's true.
If y'all, it would be different. It would be different if y'all actually enjoyed playing like online multiplayer type stuff. It would be so different. Like that's where I live. Stop it.
I mean, okay, listen. Here's what I was starting to feel like maybe it's because of how we treat you. That like you just don't want to play with us, which is okay.
Nah, you're just like the older brothers. That's the normal thing. That's
we are
cool.
very much like the much older brothers. I'll just be honest. We're like the much older brothers.
Y'all date yourselves. Go for it.
I listen. At this point, bro, I cannot deny like the grays coming in. Like it is what it is, bro.
That's just called distinguished. Those are distinguished lines. You're good.
I call it wisdom. Look at all that wisdom.
Exactly. Look at that.
Yeah. Look at all that wisdom.
Look at all that wise down there. yeah. That is experience. That is experienced hair, is what that is. That's what that means.
Brother has lived. He's lived.
Facts. So I have a few games that I want to run down. I know Sin has some stuff prepared. Jokes. Talk to me about some of your favorite games from last year. Wait. Games that came out last year, not the games that you played.
I'm not going to say Destiny, so don't. I'm not going to say Destiny, so just stop.
Okay, I was just checking.
Not going to say Destiny. I think
thanks for hanging out with us.
The one that was outside of the box for me that I really enjoyed and had fun with was 12 Minutes. 12 Minutes, not my typical type of game, but once you get in, and so to kind of explain what the game is, it's a short game. You have 12 minutes to pretty much figure out a particular issue that's occurring within the game. The problem is, if you can't figure it out by the time the 12 minutes is over, the whole thing loops and starts over again.
Yeah.
And the game
it's like Groundhog Day.
It has multiple endings within it. Like, I kid you not, you could play it for 5 minutes and there's an ending within the first 5 minutes of the game. And you just be done to start all over again.
Look, Cuddy's mad about Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe is in that game, and he plays like the villain. And yeah,
Willem Dafoe. Anytime he's in here, you just hear his voice just like, ooh. Like,
he's not gonna talk about Beast Wars. There's no Beast Wars games.
there's no Beast. I haven't played Beast Wars since the original PlayStation, so this did not come out last year, and that game was horrible.
Is that the only thing? Is that the only thing that really stands out to you?
So that was just one of them.
Okay.
Ones that for me were like the obvious ones, like Halo Infinite. Absolutely, I love the Halo franchise. For whatever reason, I wasn't a big fan of the last one that came out, but Infinite for me, I haven't completely finished the story, but I've been in the multiplayer more than anything else. Like, I just love how they've grounded it back to kind of where the Halo multiplayer originated from. But absolutely enjoyed that. Reliving Mass Effect came out last year, the Legendary Edition.
You see that's dropping in Game Pass like next month?
Yep. Awesome.
Okay.
Game Pass.
Game Pass.
Love playing that through, once again, upgraded graphics, all the story, pretty much. Well, I won't say all the story DLC, but the majority of it was present within the game. Knockout City was for me like one of those sleeper, like, just came up. We said let's just play it for fun one day to just stream it, and I got hooked. It's literally like extreme dodgeball. Go figure, but it's super fun. And other than that, I know I'm missing out, but like Forza, I typically am not like Forza Horizon 5. Like, normally that's not my boat to really get in. Like, I'm more of a Need for Speed type person, but since Need for Speed hasn't given us anything worthwhile in like decades, 2 decades now at this point,
they're not doing anything.
I jumped into Forza, and let me tell you, it is so beautiful. It plays so smooth. Like, you can get into it, just listening at the music and looking at the scenery. You could get lost in the game, and you may not even race. You're just going to sit there and just kind of just drive around and just experience the world. Like, it's an awesome game. It's like Flight Simulator. Like, it's supposed to be, really to experience that type of thing, but you get those type of vibes from playing Forza just from the way everything looks from it.
Comic Book Bob says, let's see, hold on. Rating Radio Game of the Year was imagining what Silk Song would be like. Real talk. Dead by Daylight, Pathfinder, 7 Days to Die, what a stream right there. Okay, all good stuff. All great stuff, as a matter of fact. Sam, what you got?
One of my standout ones was Outriders. At the top of the year, we ran that really hard, like consistently. Was dedicated to it. Yeah, like Outriders was a really good way to start the year off. And I'm kind of glad they just did the big update to it. So I know we're getting back into that now again and running with the new content. Scarlet Nexus was a really big one for me. I was really looking forward to it. And it didn't disappoint. The only reason I haven't completed it yet, as y'all know, there was a side mission that I stumbled onto that's tied to the anime. So each episode of the anime, they put like a 4-digit code somewhere in it that you have to go and give to the guy. And once you've seen all the episodes and give him all the codes, you get whatever you get for completing it. So I'm just like, I can wait till the show is over so I can do it all at the same time. And so now that it's done, the show's done, I'm going back to it so I can go ahead and do everything now.
Thanks for saying that, Marcus. Actually, Spider-Man. Yes, that is actually, I don't know how I forgot that.
Okay.
What was that, last February?
Yep.
Yeah. The new GTA contract update that we've been playing. I mean, I know GTA is old, but it's a new DLC for it. Is absolutely amazing. They knocked it out the park with that one. Tales of Arise was a huge one for me, and I completed that thing the second I picked it up. Cranked in probably over 100 hours into it. Great story, great combat system. Tales knocked it out of the park this one. I think it won at the Game Awards RPG of the Year. Really, really good RPG. And ending it off with something I didn't know I was going to love as much as I did. That's Guardians of the Galaxy. That was absolutely amazing from the beginning to the very end. And I instantly started running the second playthrough the second I completed it. I would highly suggest it if you have not played it before. Great story.
I'm just going to do a quick rundown because I have a lot of the same stuff you guys have. Aliens Fireteam was incredible crack. Halo Infinite, Forza 5. It Takes Two was a sleeper. Like, to have a game that's a co-op game that is essentially a story about two parents getting a divorce and the child kind of acting out the parents' parts They basically take over the bodies of two of her dolls, and them kind of coming to a realization of even though they're separating, what it means to work together and kind of co-parent and stuff like that. Just a really great, really touching game that has so many different game types built into it. I highly recommend checking out It Takes Two. It can only be played co-op. That game requires you to play with someone else. So whether you play split screen or you play online, you have to work together with each other. Yeah, yeah, Halo, Godfall. Hey, you know what, Marcus? I'm getting ready to kick you out.
Hey, hold on. Actually, Cyborg, you could actually do Game Pass, that little pay like $1, you get it for like 3 months or something like that if you don't have Game Pass already, and download it that way to the PC, because Aliens Fireteam actually works both PC and console. Yep. So that'll be one way that you can get in and actually try it out.
Look at y'all. The Sly's been wanting to stream gaming for a while, so
I mean
that might have just happened now. Thanks, jokes.
Hey, Game Pass.
I like it.
Amazing thing.
Yeah, I need to get back into that.
So Guardians of the Galaxy, again, all the things that Sin said, sleeper. I wasn't expecting it to be good. It's really good. You get past the uncanny valley of like not having those characters look like the characters from the movie very quickly. It's super funny, super touching. Rocket is incredible. Like Rocket is incredible. Really, really, really solid game. That again, as soon as it was over, I was like, all right, new game plus, let's go again. Again, Outriders and Death's Door. Death's Door is a top-down, I'm gonna call it a Zelda-like, where you're like a crow whose job it is to like help get souls to where they're supposed to go. Clearly, as in all games, something goes awry, and now you're trying to help fix it. But it's like, man, that game is almost perfect, except it doesn't have a map. That game needs a map so bad. But other than that, that game is absolutely incredible. I'd highly recommend it to anybody who just kind of likes that kind of like, I'm talking, when I say like Zelda-like, I mean like Super NES Zelda kind of, you know, for sure. But yeah, so that's a solid rundown. All games we enjoyed and we liked a lot. I don't feel like there wasn't anything I feel like that stood out enough to be like, here is the greatest game that came out last. I just think there's too many different genres and too many different ways that the ball got hit out of the park to settle on one thing. So as things tend to go around here, you like what you like. We can fight about it, but you like what you like. And that's what it is. So now that we've had a chance to go through that, now it's time to really, really dig in and talk to our guests here. Shae, I'm going to start with you and see how long you can go without cursing. So,
all right, I got this.
And begin. So look, so Shae, we've known each other for, I don't know, 4 years, something like that, 5 years. We met at a convention.
Yep.
You were at a table across from another friend of ours, Zifa, who, shout out to Zifa.
Love her. I'm still looking at getting her to do a custom pink coat for me. Have you seen those?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah.
I was like, he has one.
I have one. I got like the first one. Like, well, it was the second one, but yeah, straight up. And got one for my mom too. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, she does great work.
She's amazing.
Yeah. So since that time we met, a lot has happened and has changed. And this Red Valkyrie thing kind of started and took off.
So much, yes.
And has become its own beast. So talk to me about Red Valkyrie, what it is, what you do, when you do it, how you do it. Give me the goods.
So the biggest thing about Red Valkyrie, it's me and Cyborg Valkyrie. So Shae the Rad Cyborg Valkyrie, you get Red Valkyrie. There's so many people who don't realize that. They think that it's me. And then I brought Cy in. It was actually Cy's channel that we bogarted and then changed into this. But basically, what we do is we do a lot of indie comic focused stuff. And so we're working with people that have Indiegogos, Kickstarters, various ways of crowdfunding. And we're trying to help get them more eyes on their projects, get them more backers. Shae and I are both editors, we're both writers, and so we go through and we will nitpick the hell out of your whole campaign page and tell you what's working, what isn't, what sort of things that we see that are turn offs as customers. So for anyone who hasn't tuned into our channel, I've backed over 350 Indiegogos and 100 or something Kickstarters. I'm a super backer on Kickstarter. I have way more money than I ever care to count up in Indiegogo. And so I've seen a lot. I haven't read everything that I've gotten yet because it's so much and it always comes in like 7 or 8 at a time. But I've read a lot of stuff, and I've read a lot of stuff that makes me very sad because you can see the passion behind the
potential,
but somebody who maybe didn't get an editor, you always need an editor. For the love of all that is holy, if you're writing, get an editor. And don't have it be your significant other. Like they can be a good first eye, but they know what your story is. Find someone who doesn't know anything about it to read it and go, I don't understand what the heck just happened right here. This makes no sense.
To pick it apart.
But yeah, so we do that. We do cosplays. We're doing D&D streams every Wednesdays. We've got our chill stream where we sit around and get drunk. And that is very much not N17. That is very full of swearing.
Like on your YouTube channel, like the banner for your YouTube channel says 18 plus on both sides.
Yes, it does.
Like it's there twice.
We're just making sure. Look, we had a couple of people that were like, "Oh my stars, I can't believe this," and I was like, "Honey, did you not like you see the banner?
No,
it's right here."
Asthmaphobia.
Nope.
Hey, listen.
But yeah, so we've got we got Comic Book Bob there talking about, we do art auctions and stuff. So we're trying to do whatever we can to help indie creators and people that are just starting up. People that I was just having a conversation with Sub when we were backstage about how we got a network because we've got people that do music that we bring in and we get introduced to a lot of these same people. It's one of the reasons why Gage and I have hit it off so well, and you know, Sin and Joe. Like I see all you guys at almost any convention that's nearby in Maryland. But you know, we want to bring all of these groups together because we're all just big nerds.
Thanks,
we all have our own crazy, you know, kinds of things. It's so the funny thing, Unhinged, I'm his editor for his book. He's my boss, kind of.
I like it. See you, Unhinged. You know, look, I think that is you know, I think that's so important. So many of the things that we know as big, huge, large properties obviously started out at some point in an indie space.
Yep.
Some of those creators who are working on or dealing with some of our largest favorite heroes, books, stories, whatever, started somewhere like in an indie space. Some of our favorite actors and actresses got their starts at Sundance and small films and, you know, things of that nature. So there is a super important need to feed that beast specifically, right? And to give whatever kind of help and boost you can to that. And as you know, look, as folks who kind of have our own indie thing kind of happening here with what we do, you know, we certainly understand it. A lot of what we do is based on, part of why we spoke to you was like, we're at conventions on the ground talking to artists and stuff that have tables that people have, you know, people who've never done an interview, people who have never had an opportunity to have somebody else see their stuff. And that's one of the things we love about what we do. So, you know, hats off and kudos to you for the success that you're seeing. Just keep at it. You know, we have you. I'm glad you have such a great community behind you. For sure.
It's crazy.
So yeah. So I, you know, again, keep doing that. We're gonna talk some more about it. Substantial.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk, bro. You have a lot of stuff going on too, man. You're an author and a musician. You're doing some of everything. So talk to me about Substantial. What is it to be? What's a day in the life of Substantial? What is it?
Oh man. Well, let's see. So we'll start with today. So today started with you know, getting up before these babies got up and meeting with had to meet with the PR company that's repping me and Katie Fox for our upcoming project. which is a manga slash jazz hop collaboration called Animal Arithmetic. And so funny enough, we had a Kickstarter campaign that launched back in September. And the goal was to raise 8,000. We raised 8,000 plus in an hour. And
love it.
And we hit nearly 40 grand in 30 days. So it was very successful. It's been a blessing, man. And so now we're gearing up to deliver a lot of the content that folks have been anticipating. First single from the project drops this Saturday. This Friday, on my birthday,
so
January 7th.
That's what this is.
Yeah,
happy early birthday.
You
know what I mean? Happy early birthday.
Capricorn season. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Turning a nice ripe 43. You know what I mean? But but yeah,
You're
man.
young. You're young.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? Listen, old where I'm from, but yeah, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers don't
you're
make it
young
this
in
far.
this group. You know what I mean? You're not the oldest person in this group. I will say that. That's what I'll tell you. Yeah.
I will take it. Thank you. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
But yeah, man. So, you know, a lot of days, you know, most of my days are spent like the ongoing struggle of trying to balance being a creative entrepreneur, and business-minded creative with actually creating. You know what I mean? And so a good, like, because I also you know, besides all of the other things I do, I also run a business with my wife called Substantial Art and Music, where we consult creative entrepreneurs and help them with Kickstarter campaigns or like crowdfunding. We also help them with you know, various resources, like whether they're trying to apply for grants, just trying to find different ways to fund what they do. We help some musicians with streaming, like you know, pitching their stuff to different tastemakers, things like that, and just really kind of like look at what they got going on, try to show them what they're missing. And so my background's in education as well. So like, you know, I've been working in education for over 20 years. So I teach music business classes with I teach a class next week with Omega School, and I also work with Words, Beats, and Life here in the DC area. So yeah,
I didn't realize you were at Omega. Like I do know some folks over there too. Yeah, I didn't realize you were doing stuff at Omega. That's what's up. Okay.
Yeah, I've been with Omega since 2015, and yeah, so I've been with them for a while. But yeah, man, like I started out like a lot of creatives or teaching artists, teaching my craft. But in recent years, like I solely teach the business of it, mainly because I just feel like, you know, I can teach you how to be a dope ass rapper. Oh, I cursed, my bad. As soon as I said it, it's like, I failed. But yeah, I can teach you to be dope, right? I can teach like with the bars. I can teach you how to make beats. I can teach you how to do the audio engineering stuff. I can teach you all of that, right? But the thing is, the problem with it is, right, like most of that stuff is subjective, and so you know, it's like I can teach you to right, because I can spit a verse for you, and like basically they'll introduce me, tell you why I'm here, teach you the stuff. If I spit the rhyme for you and you don't believe I'm dope, you're gonna feel like, what can you teach me? Or I can teach you to be dope, and then that audience, the type of hip hop that I make is like it went from being mainstream hip hop from the era I came from to now being like a very niche market. So you know, these are things to consider, and it's like I want my students to be able to thrive. Like I want them to be able to go out here and really make a living doing what they do. And I really, to keep it a buck, and I'm, you know, one of those guys who love hip hop that sounds a particular way, but I'm open-minded. But I don't really care what you sound like. I don't even care if they're good or not. I just really want you to be able, if you're passionate about it, I want you to be able to make a living doing what you're passionate about.
Sure.
That's all I care. So I don't really, because everything else is subjective. So so that's where my focus has been, on the education side, and of course outside of that, man, I'm just always making music. I'm also a visual artist as well with the Pratt Institute. So like I wear a lot of hats, man. I'm a black of all trades. You know what I mean? You know, huge fan of Gordon Parks. And Gordon Parks, you know, most people know him for his photography, but he was the first black journalist at Life magazine. He was an amazing photographer. He was also a film director. He directed Shaft. He
Mhm.
wrote the book, The Learning Tree, directed the film, and
Yeah.
scored the film. He's written
Yeah.
symphonies. Like, yo, so like
There's so much. Yeah.
I don't see any limits to what I can do. It's all just, these are all different ways to be creative. And so
Yeah, no doubt.
I just enjoy being creative. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just time.
Yeah.
It's all about time. That's just,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
finding
man.
the time and managing that time. Yeah.
That's
one of the
that's
biggest
all.
things.
That's all it is, man. Like for real. You know, you give anything enough time, you could be great at virtually anything. You know.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. So listen, here's what I need y'all to do. Jokes. You're gonna do two things for me. You're gonna post both of their link tree. Well, you're gonna post Shae's link tree. Sub, you're gonna post her actual link tree, not the one we made. And then Sub, you just you can post his website. He said that's really the easiest way to get a hold of him. But you guys all have Facebooks and Twitters, and like, look, if you're doing anything now, you kind of have to have all the social media stuffs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you need to be social. And you have to find ways, Shae, to be good at them all, sort of.
Oh no.
So
trust me.
Yeah,
I'm working on the TikTok. I'm sorry, I'm working on it.
Are you? Okay. Start with dancing and see where it gets you.
I'm not dancing.
No. I bet the first TikTok video you dancing, that joint skyrockets.
That's on the dumb stupid video.
You know what? That it's really gonna make me upset too, because I've done enough Zumba, and I swear if I do Zumba and that's what skyrockets, I'm not all these cosplays. You saw? I don't know if you saw this. You saw this, right? Like,
yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
If dancing gets more than the making of this beast, I swear.
Hey, listen, it's a different. Listen, you just have to remember that, like, when you're on TikTok, you're not always talking to the same audience. Yep. You know what I mean? Right. But like, remember, you have a captive audience that is there for a specific thing when you're doing specific things. TikTok, nah, man. There's a TikTok for everything. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like my brother has a cleaning business. He does cars and stuff like that, and like his TikTok, like there is a clean talk. I don't know if y'all know this. There's a clean talk.
Yeah.
Hashtag it. It's a real thing, and it's people just like vacuuming and stuff. But it's like
just like the guys that do all the landscaping. And they're like, I came across this and it looked real bad. Let's clean it up. And you're like, I just watched somebody weed whack for like 15 seconds and was like, whoa, that looks really good at the end, man. Good job. I was like, what the heck just happened?
Yep. And you watched the whole TikTok video.
I did too.
That's
I watched
what it
the
is.
next 3.
Fact.
Yep.
So what I want y'all to know is that those links that you see that are popping up in the chat, those are live links. So you can absolutely click on those links and please go follow the folks that you see hanging out with us here. Please also bear in mind.
Can I say something real quick?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The one link that popped up for me, the one that says Stillmatic, just so folks don't get confused. So that's the most recent single that I produced for a poet named Anacona Rocio Milagro. And so when you hear it and you hear her voice and you're confused, it's like, yo, it's still me. It's just me on the board, production wise. You know what I mean?
Like, look, I made it sound good. I know,
man.
You don't sound nothing like
all
the way he talks.
Right. It's like, man, the way he changed his voice. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just that skilled.
His hair all wavy. How do you? You know what I'm saying? That is amazing.
I will tell you that if you tuned in at the very beginning when we first went live, then what you heard when the timer was counting down before the show started was another one of Substantial's track, along with Malcolm Jackson, who is I'm gonna tell you, that's an awesome percussionist right there.
Man,
he is an incredible percussionist.
Watch when you hear. Hey, look, I'm gonna go ahead slice it.
Watch when you
hear this joint that we got dropping on January 21st. The joint that because I produced it. It got I'm on the bars, I'm on the beats, and then my man Malcolm Jackson. Oh my God, bro!
Is he on the xylophones?
On this particular track, he's playing vibraphone. I think on the one that you played too, he might be playing vibes on that too.
Yeah.
He plays vibraphone, xylophone, marimba, drum set, like virtually any percussion. Yeah, he does it all. You know what I mean?
Uh-oh. Past Master Dan wants to know, we gonna flow?
we spitting?
Are we barring out today?
You know what? So I gotta get you in touch with my friend Dan Frega. He's
always
sick right
down.
now, but he's a former comic pro, like artist and stuff, and he likes to rap, and I would love to get the two of you in a rap off just for funsies, just to watch.
Hey, listen,
just to watch it happen.
I'm always down. Decent beatdown collab. I'm down. 100%. 100%. My days behind the microphone are over until it's karaoke.
I can only rap other people's lyrics like NF. But
that's fine. We can ghostwrite for you. You know what I mean? Like
anybody's like,
just do it, right?
Hey Shae, just spit, and I'm like, you see me? Do you see how pale this girl is?
Hey, sub, Susan Dorsch. That's my mom. Shout out to moms for always hanging out, chilling with us in the crowd. She wants to know if Malcolm works at Omega.
No, Malcolm is actually based in Houston, Texas. So anytime you see him at BlurredCon or some local event and stuff, know that brother made a trip. He made a trip. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good dude, man. I'm glad that we got the
do you rap the president there in that rap president?
Or does Mama D?
There's some cap in that,
yeah. Listen, so again, look, all those links that you saw in the chat, they're all live links. I want you to be aware, again, you can click on those and go right and follow, and please do that. But also remember that many of the people that you see that are hanging out in the chat, whether they are on YouTube or Twitch or, Facebook, what have you, a lot of them are creators or have, stuff of their own. So don't be afraid to reach out to each other in the chat, follow each other, support each other. One of the things that we're all about here at Loading Snacks is building the community and continuing to build on that community. So please follow each other. We know Comic Book Bob has comic books. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
Comic Book Bob Bob's a good guy. We love Bob.
Yeah.
Hey, that comment frightened me for a second.
I didn't want to say that.
I didn't take it all in at first. And I don't know if that was an appropriate statement to make for that comment, but
right.
Yeah, when it came up on the screen, I was like, oh, okay.
Okay, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. What type of show? What have I? What did I sign up for?
We're gonna get you over on Red Valkyrie on a Friday night when we're all just chilling and drinking, and I might break you, but it'll be okay.
Man,
in fact, you know what? All y'all should come. Not this Friday because I'm gonna be working.
Let's do
it.
Well, we'll be at MAGFest Friday, but that's the next thing we need to talk about. So let's talk about MAGFest. Let's talk about MAGFest.
I'm not putting
that.
No, thank you. I'm not doing that. No, I'm not. No. Y'all can just read that for yourself in the chat.
My co-host, ladies and gentlemen, Cyborg Valkyrie, the other guy.
Oh, man.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Man, listen. Let me tell you how the way that this conversation is going is a lot like what MAGFest can be on some nights. So I just want to say, let's talk about MAGFest, because for anybody who's hanging out here who is unfamiliar with what MAGFest is, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually allow all of you to try to explain MAGFest, because I struggle with explaining exactly what MAGFest is to people. Jokes, you know what? I'm going to you first. What is MAGFest? Yeah, because you know why.
Let's try. All right, so breaking it first. So MAGFest stands for Music and Gaming. So the premise, the whole heart of MAGFest lies in music and gaming. So you see, like, substantial, putting the music behind the game. Like, there's a correlation with everything that you're going to hear. So just imagine an area that you can go for that's completely 24 hours, does not shut down at all. So true. Music all over the place, and there's something that you're going to like. Like, there's so many different genres of music that you will walk into at MAGFest.
Heather, it is a lot like a nerd freaknik. I don't know. I don't know if many people here know what freaknik is.
That's kind of my point.
Tons of music. So gaming, of course.
I know what freaknik is.
I know what it is, but of course I would be too young to
too young.
That
You are absolutely.
Gaming, of course, same way there in full force. So whether it's old school arcade style games that you like to play, if you like to play console games, you like to play PC gaming, there's something there for every single person. And then you just take the two of these things and you just smash them together in every different variation that you could possibly think of.
Sometimes till it hurts.
Yeah.
Smash it together till it's painful.
It's all day, it's all night, it's nonstop. So I don't care if it's 8 p.m., if it's 3 a.m., the middle of the day, like 2 p.m., there's something going on somewhere in MAGFest. Not to mention the Colossus Roar. That's a whole explanation in itself. But it's the easiest way. If you like one or the other, if you're a big fan of music, maybe not the biggest gamer in the world, or maybe you're a huge gamer but you don't necessarily have that passion for music, this environment will put you in the shape of finding it something that you will like. I can tell you may walk in thinking that you like one particular type of music. I guarantee you by the time you walk out of here, you're gonna know probably like 10 different genres that you probably had no idea of what you have heard before.
Chiptune.
Yeah, chiptune.
That was a whole different headache that I was not prepared for. Look, it's more of a headache when you're the one running the lines and like sitting with cameras right next to a bass that's playing chiptune for 3 hours. By the end of it, I was like, I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. And it
come on.
And then I ended up hitting someone that had good chiptune, and I was like, oh, okay, so I just don't like your chiptune. I was like, okay, that's
if you do it like this,
your
chiptune
so gave me a migraine. This chiptune's okay. I'm okay with this.
But I think what I said is just kind of the nutshell, trying to put it together, but there's much more.
Yeah.
Is it? Shin, do you agree? Is there something he missed? Did he leave something out? I mean, because he kind of gave us what happens at MAGFest.
Hey,
which is again, I struggle to explain it without doing what Jokes just did.
MAGFest is a festival. You know what I'm saying? It's not a con, it's not a convention, it's an actual festival. It starts on a Thursday, ends on a Sunday. It does not stop whatsoever. Like you said, there's concerts all day long. There could be a concert at one end of the hallway. You can walk to the end. There's another concert going on in the hallway, in the ballrooms, jam spaces in a bunch of hallways, just jam spaces where people will pull up with a guitar, start playing. Somebody pulls up with a keyboard, joins in, and it just keeps on going and going and going. And you go downstairs to the floor, a very, very massive room with just arcade games that are free, just console games that are free, indie developers that are just showing off their new stuff. Then you get into the late night, which is when that Freaknik comic kind of comes into play for the most part. And yeah, that's MAGFest in a lump sum. Pretty much.
So,
yeah.
Have you ever attended MAGFest as just an attendee, or have you always performed when you've been there?
Yeah, most of the time that I've gone, it's really, I would say not most, maybe half the times I've been, it was just me as an attendee. Like the first time I went, like the first few times I went, because I know different people in the industry, somebody usually gets me in, and then I just was able to just kind of explore. And then with my daughter being a gamer, you know, I would start bringing her with me. We go down into the bottom floor and just be up in there, and I'm watching, you know, her being the youngest one at the playing what was it, Smash Bros or whatever, just giving some grown men some work, you know what I mean, like just whooping up on them, hurting feelings. And so man, like it's you know, it definitely everything y'all said. What I found most interesting about it, because I think so many people I spoke to really kind of put the emphasis on the gaming side of it. But like when I really started going into the rooms and started doing performances there and realized how much music was actually at MAGFest, like that was super impressive. Because you could go in some of these like some of these smaller conference rooms, and they're not just having jam sessions, right? Like where you just pull up with the instrument and just play. Like they're just randomly pulling up sheet music from certain games. And like, I mean, you know, like, and it's just random. So these musicians don't know what's coming up.
Right.
And man, they're really, really going in. And so
A lot of sight reading.
Yeah, man, you could definitely walk into any space there and like and meet or hear world-class musicians, like for real, you know. And you know, shout out to my homie Mason Lieberman, man, who is very like, this guy has worked on so many things. Most recently, Star Wars Visions. He did something on one of the tracks from there, on the score from one of the episodes, and just those type of people are just littered all through this con. And it's just amazing, man. It's amazing.
Shae.
Oh, festival. My bad. I said con.
Festival. You're
all
right.
through the festival.
It's like a half and half, though.
Yeah, it's pretty balanced, man.
It is. It is. It's a combination of the two. I think the music part makes it a festival.
Well, like I feel like, look, during the daytime is when you get more of the con aspect of it.
I agree.
Right?
With that.
So during the daytime, that's when you got like all the people that are chilling with their panels, that are talking about various, you know, things that they do, what they got going on, what they're trying to raise awareness about, or what
being very civilized.
Well, and there's like I filmed one. I filmed one of the cons. I filmed one of the cons that was all about voice acting. And literally they had voice actors in the industry, and they like would shout out, "This is what we're gonna do," and then they'd have somebody come up to the microphone, attempt to voice act it, and then they'd critique them live in front of everybody. Here's what was good, here wasn't. You know, try it again, and they'd work with them until they got a good read out of it. And I sat in there and went, well, hell, why wasn't I in this room the whole time? I was like, oh, that's right, I was doing 4 other rooms at the same time. So.
Right, because you're running around behind the scenes. What's the insider knowledge? What's the behind the scenes MAGFest?
It is like pure chaos.
Okay.
Simple enough.
So basically, any of the crazy stuff that goes down, we all know about it. Like instantly, because all the department heads, we're all on the same Slack channels. The department heads have walkie-talkies. Something crazy goes down, everyone gets it on a walkie, somebody hits it up in Slack, and then all of us are like, oh, that's happening right now, hold up, we got it. Like, you're good for like 5 minutes, right? Because I gotta go check that out. And like mass exodus. The other thing that is hilarious is it's sink or swim real quick. So like I went in there, my first time working it was 2 years ago. And I think it was my first, might have been my second, I can't remember at this point. But it was a couple years back, and I was helping them run lines and, you know, get cameras and stuff set up. I came in as a nobody and was like instantly, oh, I'm little sis, like bam. Just everybody was like, oh, hey, Shae, go grab that and you go do this. Oh, hey, I'll get this for you. Go over there and do that. And like that was my second year. My first year, I did all panels. And then I got pulled in onto the team that actually is responsible for doing all of the concerts, because I like video production. So they pulled me in and they let me do concerts, and I got to film these amazing badass people like doing crazy concerts. Yeah, seriously.
No, and the crazy part is that is probably an actual thing that is happening.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah, like during the day, you got like the nice civilized con experience, and then once you start hitting 6, it starts getting a little bit sketch. Once you hit 10, all bets are off.
Right.
Like,
there you go.
You're not even sure people are gonna stay closed. Like we got people from stops that are like, yo, we got a naked man in the convention center again. We're gonna need to escort him out. And people are like, I got the last naked dude. Like, I don't want to go get this one.
I got the last.
I did not pull the short straw. Yeah, go get him. Get him out. It's all kinds of crazy.
You know what makes
I want you to know, if that happens this year, I want to be first in line. I want to know. I want to know.
What? Keep yourself going on.
Domingo, what's up, buddy?
Oh my god!
Hey, there's Domingo.
James, you got a runner.
Right.
I'm on it.
What makes it even funnier though is the people like that are staying at the hotel that have
It had nothing to do with it.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's one of the greatest things.
The
Walking through
nicest
the entrance.
60-year-old couples that are walking around, and they're like, "Oh my, why is everybody dressed up like the weird Pikachu man?"
And they're like naked at the end of the hall.
I love seeing them checking in. When they're checking in downstairs, I'm just looking at them. They're just looking kind of like lost. Like, oh, y'all have no clue what you just walked.
Yeah.
They're like,
you're about to have one hell of a story to tell.
What you doing here? I got a business meeting that I got to attend.
Yeah. Hey, listen,
wrong hotel for that this weekend.
There is a man who goes on a business trip and tells his wife, "I'm gonna be staying at the Gaylord. It's everything, it's all on the up and up." And all my man pictures got lingerie and Pikachu's and whatever in the background, and she is not having it. She's like, "You lied to me." What is actually going on? Yeah.
Or imagine a couple though that like was planning a romantic getaway or something like that.
Wrong weekend.
It's just me and you, baby. It's gonna be a nice quiet weekend. Just us.
We got the balcony overlook.
Right.
I get to see all of the
Pikachu in lingerie just walk past you.
Right.
Stop throwing balloons over the balconies into the mezzanine. That is not acceptable. If you're caught doing it, you will be asked to leave without a refund. It's like
we need those
people
rooms.
were throwing like dildos. Checking, you're like, bro, come on, like you're still in a hotel, man. Come on.
This is what I'll say. The drinking starts early at MAGFest and doesn't really end. Like it just doesn't. Like you see people checking in with trash bags. You know what's in those bags.
Oh yeah.
It's not like it's not even it's it's going all the way down. It's a real thing. You're right, Domingo, though. The water in the water they have in the things on that's good water. I don't know what they do to that water, but good God, that's good con water right there.
Festival water.
There's a difference between the festival water and the con water.
Maybe that's what it is. You know what though?
You know what?
Blur
con got some water.
It's deceptive though, because it be so hot too. You know what I mean?
You're right.
It might be the heat that make that water taste better.
Oh yeah, water's way better.
They have cucumbers in there, cucumber slices.
I mean, trying to rejuvenate your skin.
Yeah. Gotta keep it healthy.
So look, so this weekend, on Saturday, we have the pleasure of hosting another Being Comfortable Being a Geek panel, and we're really excited about having the two of you join us for that. So if you're going to be at MAGFest, listen, let me talk to you about what it means to have a panel 10:30 in the morning on Saturday at MAGFest, because if you are unaware of what Friday night is like at MAGFest, 10:30 is tough. Like that's early for people. It's gonna be it's a little tricky. So I'm gonna immediately clap for anybody who even walks in the room, because that's early on a Saturday at MAGFest. It just is. But so this panel in particular has just become super important to us. It's grown over time. We've been doing the panel for probably 2 years now, and we do this panel at multiple conventions a year. But every time we do the panel, we invite different people to join the panel with us, because the idea of talking to a group of people about what it means to be comfortable being a geek, or how you get comfortable, or whether or not you are comfortable, not just being a geek, but in being who you are. We just feel like it's really important to get perspectives from different people, and to find out what it was like. So whether that's based on your sex or your race or your age, we are finding that having a diverse group of people kind of rotate out as we go to different conventions and do this. Even when we follow up at a convention where we've already done the panel, by having different people on the panel, we consistently get different perspectives, and we learn something new every time, right? What somebody's experience was like that's different from somebody else's. But in doing that, we also always manage to figure out how, even with those differences, how similar they are, right? And how similar the solutions can be for those kinds of things. And so this particular panel has just become, I don't know, it's kind of a mainstay for us. It's one of those things that, what up, Terry? I'm glad that you can speak to that topic. She told me that a little bit when I first asked her to participate.
My favorite is Gage is like, we want you on a panel, and I'm like, I'm in. What are we talking about?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, what are we talking
I'm in. I don't even care. What is it though?
Yeah. Look, we're not gonna dig too deep, here, because that's not what that's what the panel is for, right?
Exactly.
But I do think that it's important, again, to kind of touch on why we do it, what we do it for. I am really excited about having the two of you on here and kind of gaining what your perspective is and what your journeys have been like. Because if you are like us and you have loved this kind of stuff your entire life, it's not always an easy path to walk. And so finding a way and a place and a time where you can be you and be good with being who you are, not always easy. We meet a lot of people who aren't in really good places. And it's been really helpful. And so, we want to give them places like you all's shows, places where they can go, groups that they can join,
safe space,
things like that, where they can realize that they're not alone, that kind of stuff. So we always have a really good time doing the panel. But we also do touch on some very sensitive subjects, and we hear some really great stories from some great people. And I'm just really looking forward to it. And I want to thank you guys ahead of time for agreeing to do this with us, for sure.
Thanks for asking me, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
I was excited.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad. So look, we're not gonna hold you guys too much longer. We're getting ready to wrap the show up. But before we do that, before we go through our normal rigmarole, I want to give the two of you an opportunity to just kind of tell everybody one more time, like, find you. If they're not going to be hanging out at MAGFest, how they can catch up with you, follow you guys, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to start with you, Sub.
Sure. Yeah, I am substantial.com. Definitely the best place to get info. If you can't remember that, just Google Substantial. Just Google Substantial, put in rapper or MC with it. Usually I'll pop up. And yeah, man, definitely got a lot of stuff coming up. As I mentioned, the Animal Arithmetic project is on deck to drop next. Singles from that dropping this January, or as I like to call, Stanuary. And
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all mean? But yeah, man. Yeah, that album Animal Arithmetic is dropping February 4th. But yeah, so those are the main things, man. Just be on the lookout for that, and definitely check the website though, so you can see all the awesome stuff that I'm into right now, man. I appreciate y'all for having me. Thank you.
No doubt. No doubt. Make sure you follow Subs and subscribe to Substantial's YouTube. You got the Substantial weekly thing going on every week, and there's great music there for sure.
Thank you, bro.
So yeah, make sure you do that, and then make sure when you do that, go to the streaming services, hit the Spotify, all that kind of stuff, and make sure you follow there too, man. Like it's just again, those are the kinds of things we want to build here. We want everybody to follow everywhere you possibly can. Shae,
appreciate that.
Hey.
No doubt.
So I am, of course, Shae the Red. I'm half of Red Valkyrie, which is mostly on YouTube, but we do stream to Twitter, Twitch, everywhere. I can't even remember. We stream all over the place. Facebook. I mean, we're all over the place. Basically, we do indie comics is the big thing that we focus on. We're getting into reviews, more cosplay tutorials and walkthroughs and some makeup stuff and all of that. So, you check us out. You can also go to redvalkyrie.net if you don't want to click the link for my link tree, and that's where you can see our merch store and all the kind of stuff that we offer there. But yeah, and the thing I was gonna say, if you aren't going to be at MAGFest, follow MAGFest Twitch, because all of their stuff is getting streamed there. So if you can't go to MAGFest, then check out their Twitch, check out their YouTube. They will post all of those panels once they're edited down up there, so you can still get that experience if you're not able to physically be there.
Awesome.
Dig that.
Awesome. Also, make sure you check out that merch store. A lot of F cancer stuff there, which is important. Really, really, really good stuff there. So please make sure you go and support there. Now for us, jokes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Do your job.
Boom.
Joe's gonna pop our link tree up. We're on everything. So the easiest way to find us is to hit the link tree and then just follow us everywhere. If you are on YouTube, we're there. If you're on Twitch, we're there. If you're on Twitter, we're there. We're on TikTok. We don't tick or talk too much, but we're there. And yeah, we're there across the board. We do this show every week, usually on a Tuesday, usually at 8:30. Sometimes we make adjustments because life says so. We super enjoy doing a live show like this and being able to talk with people and have people hang out in the chat and so forth. We're gonna be looking to listen, Cuddy, yes, R.I.P. to John Madden, no doubt. Yeah, we have a few other things that you'll see when you look at that link tree. We have something called MCU chat. So if you are a fan of the MCU, this is a place you want to be. Join our Facebook MCU chat. We always create spaces when the new movies come out that are specifically for spoilers. So people who have seen it can go and freely talk about it without ruining it for other people. Very important thing.
Oh, yes.
So that is a thing that we have. I'd highly recommend doing that. We have an anime chat. That is Sin's baby. So if you're into anime, if you're looking to get into anime, learn about it, find out. Great place to go to hang out, to find out more information. They are planning to do a anime of the year discussion coming up soon.
Yep.
Waiting on Crunchyroll to do their part so we can do ours. We also have a wrestling chat because that's Jokes, baby. Jokes things is wrestling and Power Rangers. Now you figure out how they go together. That's not my job. You figure it out. Wrestling and Power Rangers.
There's not a Beast Wars chat, J. Robert Dean.
There's no Beast Wars chat. There will never be a Beast Wars chat. There is no Power Rangers chat. I'm not saying it'll never happen. Beast Wars, absolutely not.
I will say we will put up a post though for Attack on Titan because I know that's about to drop, so people can do the spoiler post and all that.
Fire for that.
We will do that in anime chat. So go there if you want to space for that.
Yeah, if you like wrestling, I don't care what kind of wrestling. Wait, I should say pro wrestling, like because it's different. But like, if you like pro wrestling, New Japan, all that jazz, like. Go in there and check that out.
Right now, me and
Rob
actually
got a channel called the Wrestling Council. I'm with that.
Jokes.
That's what's up.
Me and Trinidad in there right now. Like he's got me by 2 matches, but this joint's 3 nights. So I gotta play a little catch up. But we doing our predictions for Wrestle Kingdom 16. So we got early morning. So like I was up 2 a.m. yesterday. I'm gonna be at today. I'm gonna be up 2 a.m. in a couple of hours again to watch New Japan. But we're doing our predictions for their biggest show of the year. Hopefully some surprises that we may see, but we're gonna keep the thing moving.
Yeah. Look, we stay super busy. I don't know what we're doing for Katsu yet, but we're already lining things up for Awesome Con and for Blurred Con and for like this year's pack. We have a Loading Stacks movie club. So if you like movies, what we do is every month we pick a new movie. And then everybody watches that movie. We try to stick to stuff that's in streaming services so people don't have to go and buy something or whatever they don't want to. And we pick a movie for the month. And at the end of the month, we have a group discussion about the movie, just like this format you're seeing here, where we dig into everything. We get into cinematography. We get into the music, the score, soundtrack, actors, all that kind of stuff, aside from just talking about the setting and all that kind of stuff itself. So we'll continue to do that throughout this year. So you can join the Loading Stacks movie club. We have a merch store. There's all kinds of stuff happening. There's a lot there. Just follow it. Just the link tree. The link tree is the
easiest way.
Real talk. Listen, I wanna take a moment to thank you two for hanging out with us again today, Shae and Sub. It's been great having y'all on. We had a great time. The chat. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Yeah, that was awesome.
You all have been excellent and awesome. We appreciate you all for hanging out with us. That is absolutely factual.
Shout out
last thing I will tell you is that next week's show. Yes, again, J. Robert Deans. I apologize. It's busy. J. Robert Deans. I don't know why I haven't talked to you yet, but we will talk because we got to get that little jokes things going.
Yes.
Next week's show, we are also going to have special guests. So, Brian Turner, Jerry Gaylord, Penelope Gaylord, and Jose Jaro will be joining us. We'll be doing like our top pop culture moments of 2021 with those awesome folks. Brian and Jerry and Penny all have worked at Warner Brothers or do work for Disney or are currently working for Marvel. Jose has been on the show recently and was on our last Being Comfortable Being the Geek panel with us at Ocean City Comic Con. He is currently doing the artwork for the new Buffy the Last Vampire Slayer comic book. So all of them will be on the show with us next week, so that we can hang out and talk to them and find out what they have going on. Yes, no, not Jose, no way. It's supposed to be the other way.
No
you
way,
know what,
Jose.
Trinidad, you.
Where's Mark with the
That's
hammer?
not even his name anymore.
Yeah.
I don't even think he can use that.
Yeah. So make sure you guys tune in next week. We're gonna have really, really great guests on. It's gonna be an awesome conversation, probably a long show. I'm just gonna tell you now, it's probably gonna be 2 hours, and it's gonna be late because 3 of them are on the West Coast, so we're starting a little later. So the show's not gonna start until 9:30. So if it's past your bedtime, that's why it's going to be on YouTube and it'll be on our Twitch, and then you can always go back and catch it. That's the beauty of the internet right there. Look, again, thank y'all for hanging out. For myself, Gage, for Sin, for Jokes, for Shae, and for Substantial. Y'all go follow everyone. We're out. Toodles and Lose.
Peace.